The goal for this in bottom up and top down, these are concepts we use in the field that's going to inform us, right? To help us sort of decide how can I help a client. As a clinician, I come in with really trying to understand who my client is, how they work in the world. As I'm getting to know their story, as I'm getting to know what's going on for them, but also how they function in the world. That moves me towards getting to understand a little bit of, am I dealing with someone that tends to be a little bit more of a thinker? They're very logical, they appraise the world based out of their thoughts. So if I think something, then I must be feeling it, or I'm gonna behave based out of my thoughts. When I have a client like that, I'm going to let them sort of lead the work. So that's gonna move me towards what in the field we call a top-down intervention, which basically means that we're going to use the part of our brain that's a little bit more cognitive. And so these interventions work really well hand in hand with a client that's more of a thinker. So some clients, they work from what we call the limbic brain. And so the limbic brain is the part of our brain that focuses more on the emotions, right? So how do I feel today? So if I feel sadness today, then today is a sad day. If I feel irritated, agitated, angry, then everything's bad today, because that's how I feel. A bottom-up approach meets them at where they're at. I'm very attuned that if they're working from their emotional brain, really want to support them in that, because there's a lot of pain in just being your emotion. And I want to help my clients regulate those emotions so that they're in control of their emotions versus their emotions controlling them, but also validating, right? That's who you are. Your emotions are very important. When you have clients that work from their bodies, this could be because of trauma or because they don't really have sort of what we call the cognitive appraisal to really sort of organize their thoughts and talk it out, like in what we would call talk therapy. And so it's less of a linear approach. And so they tend to carry it in their bodies. So they might say, I have headaches, I have stomach aches, I feel like my body's tingling. The symptoms are presented not so much in their thoughts, right, intrusive thoughts, or in their emotions, I'm feeling sadness. It's manifesting more in their bodies. So when I'm deciding top down or bottom up, that's gonna be my starting point, being where the client's at. But my goal is to move towards integration.